It's a beautiful and sunny day, mild temperatures. Your riding buddies will meet at the gas station a couple of miles out of town for a beautiful ride to the coast. You get your bike ready, do your pre-ride checks, oil is good, tire pressures are spot on, chain is clean and oiled and with good tension. You don your gear, you do your warm-up or whatever pre-ride ritual you have, we don't judge here. The excitement grows, you get on the bike, turn the key on, you push the start button and nothing. Puzzled, you do all the proper basic stuff. To ensure that there really is a problem, second guessing yourself and all, you turn it off and back on again. Nope. The fuel pump is priming, you hear a solenoid clicking, maybe it is the side stand sensor? Nope. You escalate the diagnosis to the next level. You check the obvious, the battery charge. Well, it's good. It's a new battery after all. Then you go another level up, you check the motorcycle's own settings where a fault would likely generate a code. Nothing there. Your buddies are waiting for you, as usual. You are already late to start with. Begrudgingly, you push the FTR out of the way and get to Plan B. It could be worse, right? At least this Plan B is a nice motorcycle. But still, you wanted to ride that wild-behaving, raw-sounding, gorgeous FTR. Irrespective of having a Plan B or not, a motorcycle that breaks down is annoying and can be expensive too. I want this video to be informative to anyone with a similar problem, so to make sure the problem you have is similar to mine, let's discuss a more complete list of symptoms and background of my case. First of all, as mentioned before, the fuel pump was priming. Second, I could hear a solenoid clicking in the general location of the fuse and relay panel. Third, the engine doesn't turn over, meaning the starter does not engage. Fourth, not sure it was related, my guess is that it was related. But a few weeks before this problem started, I had tried to start a bike and the battery was dead. The dashboard flickered and turned itself off. The battery was no longer holding charge. I got a new battery and the bike started. Then, on the next day, it did not start. Now, I know it was no longer a battery problem. Fifth, I kept trying to start it a few more times, thinking it could be a gear sensor. I played with the gear lever and the side stand. I got it to start when I had it on second gear at one point, which made me think it was a gear sensor, but that was a red herring, because it was not 100% repeatable. Sixth, I thought resetting it could help, so connecting and disconnecting the battery sometimes got it started, but it was another red herring because it was not 100% repeatable. Seventh, sometimes, on the few times that the bike started, it seemed that the bike started with 1 or 2 second delay. I would press the start button, nothing would happen. I would release it and the bike would start, as if it started on its own. Weird. And talking about weird, this bike's kill switch is integrated to the starter. It's a 2-stage switch. Switch up to turn the bike off, switch down to prime the fuel pump, press it to start. I thought there could be a problem with the switch. Whatever the problem was, it seemed completely random and nothing I did guarantee it would start. But every now and then, like 1 in 20 attempts, I would get it started. Intermittent problems are the worst. Again, hopefully this video will help someone out there with a similar problem to mine to find a solution, and a satisfying solution at that. Yes, because disappointments are there only to give us a chance of finding a satisfying solution on the other side of it, right? In this case, it was the most satisfying of all because it was a cheap solution. I can't believe that a quarter of the way into the 21st century we can still solve an issue as important as a non-starting motorcycle for $5. It was a part that if you order online you can get it to your home in a day or two, unless you live 10 miles outside of Timbuktu, of course. The internets are where I find solutions for everything. Well, almost everything. In general, there is always someone out there who who has had a similar problem before it was my turn to experience it. And almost always there is someone with an answer, which was the case for this issue on the FTR. A quick search and I found out at least 2 others who have had the very same issue, or similar. So, what did I learn from the internet? Well, the Google AI solution pointed to 3 main solutions. Despite my question mentioning a fully charged battery, the most common proposed solution pointed at the battery. I knew this was not the issue. But there were 2 other easy solutions to previous cases that seemed plausible to me. Both were pointing at the fuse and relay box. One was that it could be a blown fuse. It seemed plausible. It could be due to trying to start it with a weak battery. But I discarded it because I managed to start the bike a few times after that. A fuse won't make it an intermittent problem, and the horn, sharing the same fuse, worked. The other solution was the starter relay. The person in question, answering someone else's problem like mine, did say exchange the fan relay for the starter relay and see if the bike starts. If it does, the problem is the relay. Since I was on the internet, I checked the part number, did a quick search and found a pack of 4 relays for $19.99, $5 each. It has the Polaris logo, it seemed the real deal. I ordered right away without doing the fan relay test. Buying 4 of these micro relays would give me 3 spares, a good just in case. A couple of days later, I get the 4 relays, a box with no brand name or description. Outside there was a sticker with a barcode and a made in China print. Not sure they are legit. The relays look the same as the original on the bike except for a slight different tone of gray. The job is easy, as you've seen me already working on it. It's 3 bolts and 2 plastic covers and the relays are there. A quick swap and voila, the bike started. I'm not sure what caused the failure of the relay. If it was the low charged battery when trying to start, it could be. But I can't say it for sure. All I know, for now, is that at the end of the day, resolving this issue for $5 was tremendously satisfying, and because it was a 3-bolt job, then plug and play, as easy as it gets, this made it even more satisfying. Hope this video was helpful to you, should you have a similar problem. Finally, if you have an FTR or you like these bikes, I have a few other videos about this motorcycle on my channel. One is about the bike itself and my ownership experience for the last few years. And you probably already know Polaris ended the FTR production in 2024. So on another video, I talk about the end of its production. So thank you for watching this short video.